Okay then. Let's get started. The first rule of Bike Club is, you do not talk about Bike Club. The second rule of Bike Club is, just try your best and have fun. We're really glad you're here with us tonight. How you guys doing? How you feeling? You good there? You like where you're sitting? Can you see good? You all right? Cool, here we go. So, if memory serves, and it often doesn't for some reason or another, last time we talked, besides being really exuberant and excited about this down tube going in there, and really, this fits already better than the down tube did on yonder pink bike. So, little improvements, right? Make it a little bit better every time. Just try to make it a little better. So here we are. Our down tube is in, gently resting in there. Brings us back to our seat tube number 2, 3, 2 at least. So that guy is going to want to live somewhere right like yay. Okay. You'll remember our mid bracket from the last, how many episodes ago that was? The way these are going, it might be 14 episodes ago. This is going to end up living something like yes. See? Then we're going to with a da and a da, and all it's going to pivot here also. Biggity, 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 right? I'd said it was an idea. I never said it was a good idea. So what I need to do is make this interface with this guy here. Also, a big shout out to Profile Stuff, because we're using Profile bits in this exclusively. Made in the USA. Good stuff. Awesome chromoly. Aren't those cranks heavy? Yep, don't care. That's great. Good stuff. Oh, hang on. I wonder if any of you are wondering this, but let's take a time to address it for a second. Fun thing about custom stuff, right? In that previous example, you were probably looking at this and going like, Jesus, isn't that going to be really tall? Isn't that the bottom of your seat post? But isn't that close to like 200 millimeters center to center on your pivot there? And yeah, it sure is. Because that's what I designed it for. Isn't that eating a whole lot of your seat post? Aren't you going to lose some space for an insertion on your seat post length? You're right about that. I know people tend to flip out if a seat post is over 450 millimeters long. They tend to think that only the most ridiculous people in the world would do that. We joke around a little bit about the giraffe proportions around here. Oh, God, but let me show you. I'm not kidding. Even a little bit. That seat post there is about 545 millimeters from the collar on that 210 mil one-up. So, that 210 millimeter one-up dropper post has a 300 millimeter insertion depth from the bottom of the collar to the bottom of the actuator. 200 millimeter center to center. This could actually even stand to be up a tiny bit taller, another few mil. Long story long, I got room for days. What is the point of having the proportions of a stretched out giraffe? You can't take advantage of it. Okay, so I've decided on, I say about because about as precise as hand grenades around here. 78 degree seat tube angle. I'm not going to do a weird bend or an offset or anything. I had thought about doing this so that these were this was straight up. This was 90 degrees off the bottom bracket, and then put a bent seat tube in there, which might have bought a little bit of cool. I don't know. I couldn't find a good reason other than it might look neat to do it, so I'm not going to do it. So what I need to do is put this guy in here in a way that we can sort of what do you think? That doesn't look like it's quite set. Oh, you bastard. That's too... I'm sorry. Are you guys okay? But seriously, you're infringing on my space. I wouldn't have stepped on your feet if you hadn't been right there. That's too steep. That would have been neat if that would have worked, but I'm going to say somewhere between there. And you're going to... Damn it! Yeah, no, you joke about being incompetent an awful lot. Who's joking? Okay, so this was supposed to make my life easier because it was going to spread that onto that magnet out a little bit. But, okay, let's see. What do you think? What do you think? Jesus, I'd rather be lucky than good. Can you guys see that? I'm sure you can't see that. I'm trying not to move it, but I'm trying to get you. Okay, come here. Come here. Mind the jiggling. At no point do my fingers leave my hands. Yay! Rather be lucky than good. Pretty close. I mean, we're pretty close. We're pretty close. And we're going to trim and sneak up to it. So as a starting point, I mean, really, you saw that happen. I didn't make that up. That has used up all of my lucky for probably the rest of it. Yep, that sure did. Take two. It's a better idea to stick the whole magnet to the thing there and then move it up and down so your little kickstand changes. Huh? Anyway, we're back in the neighborhood. I also slid the down tube kind of toward us so I could lay that guy flat. I know it's not a perfect representation of how that's going to live in reality, but for the moment, we're doing okay. Man, there's not going to be a lot of that curve left, is there? Holy butts. Some of you are probably asking, why the shit did you make that out of 1x3 anyway? What point could that possibly serve? You're just going to have to wait and find out. I'm going to figure out a way to mark, God, some sort of idea of a line there. You got any ideas? Throw them in the comments. It'll be far too late by the time I get to them, but, you know, maybe it'll make you feel better. I meant to tell you guys earlier. I mean, I figure we can talk freely amongst probably just the four of us here anyway. I can't imagine more than 3 of you are watching this. But I really actually am kind of growing accustomed to your all's presence. I kind of look forward to coming out here and spending time with you guys, which is really interesting. I feel like I touched on this a little while ago, but I think this is going to be good. I have a feeling you're going to keep me honest. I have a tendency to, especially on my own type of stuff, to really cut corners. Or not necessarily cut corners, but that whole thing about get done with it sometimes gets ahead of the way of do it nicely. So we're going to try this time. I think having you guys here looking over my shoulder, as much as sometimes it bothers me that you guys do that in that way that you do. Especially when you do the thing with your tongue when you're doing it, that's really weird. But I think it's going to push me to be a tad bit more detail-oriented, and I'm kind of looking forward to that. Because my reach often exceeds my grasp, because my grasp is exceptionally lazy. No, I think it's going to be cool. Anyway, glad you guys are here. And I mean that. So, despite the perception that I give of actually trying to drive you away, kind of glad you're here. So, I don't know if you guys saw that, because I was waxing poetic with you. We're all the way over there on the bike stand. I thought this might be worth touching on. Trying to find out how to transfer this line, basically the top side of the down tube, because I'm trying to make this bit here, basically is just going to rest right on top of there and get welded up along that seam. It'll make sense here in just a second, but I'm trying to transfer the top of this down tube, of this round line, onto this guy back here. So what I ended up doing is taking the square and setting it kind of square up against, I don't know if you guys can see that, up against what is my seat post. And then where it touches across the top, I made a little mark at the base of the square there. And I did the same thing over here. I kind of put it as square as I could. And then right where the little square bit touches the end of the square, I made a little mark. So in theory, the right across the top of my down tube is now transferred on that line. But obviously, hopefully goes without saying, we're going to cut it big to start with and then sneak back up on it. Because although making it bigger is not out of the realm of possibility, it's a much bigger pain in the ass than just not cutting off too much to start with. Okie dokie then. We have taken our line and we've dragged it around our seat post. And if you, like myself, are a stupid individual, I always like to mark which side of the shit I'm supposed to cut off, just in case my brain totally escapes me between right here and out there. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing fucking sadder than getting all this shit together, walking outside and cutting on the wrong side of your line. My God, does that inspire new verbiage. Take 1 second. Yeah, you're dumb. I know. I'm dumb. We're all dumb. That's okay. You know you're dumb. You play to you're dumb. We're all... You just cover it, right? Help yourself out. Help out your future self. Yeah, never mind. Ooh, wait. Hang on. Oh, I think I heard... Oh, there we go. Another site sponsor. Can you guys see those? Damn it. Hang on. A great mess of geese over there. I'm sure you guys can't see. Oh, and there's a couple of crane. Check it out. New Mexico in the fall, buddy. Oh, spot meter. That's helping out a lot. Fuck. Anyway, I have to take my word for it that there's birds. Canada geese. That's Canada geese, not Canadian geese, because the geese themselves are not actually Canadian. This happens to me every time there's birds. I just completely lose focus of what I'm doing and have to go run and go, birds! Like I've never seen birds before. It's okay to get excited about stuff, though. Get off me. We build the seat post, we destroy the seat post. I'm not gonna lie, you guys could be a little less in the way, you know. I mean, I get it. I know you want to see. I understand, but like, Jesus, you're right up my trumpet here. Okay. Okay, so it's okay. I'll try. That's fine. I'll try to work around you. Think of the shareholders. Are we... Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. No, everything's fine. No need to panic. No need to panic. You guys are all right. Everyone can just calm down. Rock and roll. Anyone want to take a bet where the seat, where our angle's at? I bet it's not quite steep enough yet. What do you guys think?
Wrong.
No, damn it. Shit, now I ruined the joke. Yeah. About 75 and a half. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, about 75 and a half, but that would make sense because I need to, yeah, shave it a little bit and make it fit. So, you guys thought you were going to get away with no sanding, didn't you?
Wrong.
That's what you get for thinking so much. Okay, do you guys remember that thing I said the other day when we were talking about trying to close up one of these gaps here? And I was saying what you do is you sort of line it up and see where the point where it's touching, and the point where it touches is the point that needs to have the material removed. Excellent illustration of that here. So, like, we got a big gap up the side here, right? Not touching anywhere. We got this nice, clean, relatively clean fitment around the back, considering we just barely started. I would venture to guess that if we went over here, besides the glare from the window, you'll see a similar gap. If we poke down just through the top right here, you can see it. God, I hope you can see. I don't know. Can you see? Yell if you can't see. I'm just touching right there on the very top of the tube. So what I'm going to try to do before I do anything else is do this radius into the top of that little tube right there and see what that does for our angle. And if I need to trim some more, then I'll trim some more. But I want to start with that first because that's the smallest bit, easiest bit, and I'll be able to... If we're trying to sneak, that's the sneakiest bit we can take. So we're going to try that first. God, you guys are always in my way. So what I'm going to do, since that's a 38 millimeter piece, I'm honestly just using the micrometer here. I'm going to kind of line this up and give myself a... We're at the sort of general suggestions of where we want to be at this point. We are broad stroking this in here kind of slow. Not like that. It's not what I meant. I mean, I guess I really like building frames too, so if that's what does it for you, that's cool too. But I'm going to chop that out with the hard stone on the big grinder and bring it back in and finish it with just the tip. So let's go outside. Yay! More grinding! Woo! Grinding!